Last week, I made a video about why I don't buy IPOs, and I used SpaceX as an example. And some people wanted to know how to buy their first stock or how to buy their first ETFs. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to click to buy your first stock or your first ETF. I'll take you through a step-by-step process on screen. I'll show you my screen so that you can go through with me on how to buy your first stock or your first ETF. And I'll be using one of the most popular investing apps in Canada. And I'm talking about Wealthsimple. So let's get into it. Now, before you touch any app, let me explain two things you can actually buy, because some people mix these things a lot. You can either buy a stock or you can buy an ETF. Now, what does a stock mean? It's a tiny piece of a company. Let's say, for instance, the most popular one, you buy Apple stock. It means you own a piece of Apple. What that means is if Apple does well, your share value goes up. If they do poorly, your share value goes down. All your eggs are in one simple basket. An ETF, on the other hand, is an exchange-traded fund, and it's more like a basket of stocks bundled together. What that simply means is if you buy one ETF, you are instantly invested in all the companies that are within that ETF all at once. And for most beginners, an ETF is usually the smartest place to start because there's less risk and less guesswork. So it's kind of easy. And so the one ETF that I really like, the one that I'm also invested in, is XEQT, which is a single ETF run by iShares. And what that simply does for me is it holds 9,000 companies from around the world, and it gives me diversification across US, across Canada, and across the international market. So rather than having to pick 9,000 companies by myself, I just buy XEQT and I'm invested in all of these companies. So I get the benefits from these companies. So similar to XEQT, we have VEQT or ZEQT. So all of these, they have pretty much the same thing, but XEQT is what I'm invested in. So I don't have to buy XEQT, VEQT, and ZEQT. They're literally the same thing. So now let's get into the actual process of buying this ETF. If you've been in Canada for a while, or if you're familiar with investing in Canada for a while, you will know that Wealthsimple is probably the most beginner-friendly investing app in Canada. And I really like the app because it's clean, it's commission-free on most trades, and it's easy to use. And you can open your account in less than 10 minutes. But I have to say that this video was not sponsored by Wealthsimple, but I'll drop my referral link in the description if you would like to open an account. Now, to the step-by-step process. So the first step is when you open the Wealthsimple app on your account, find the search bar. You usually see this on the top left side of the screen. For this illustration, I'm using my laptop, so the layout might be a bit different from what you see on your phone. Now, after you've clicked the search bar, type in XEQT in the search bar, right? You will see it come up as iShares Core Equity ETF Portfolio. Click on that one, and it will pull up a new page where you can review the ETF. So on this step, you can then review the current price. You can review the price chart. You see some other info there. Just go through that page and see what's inside the ETF and how it has been performing in the last couple of days. After you've done your review and you're comfortable with it, then you can click buy. You'll find the buy section on the top right side of the screen. You'll see it in the slide box. You see buy, sell, but today we're buying. So click on buy, and you'll be asked whether you want to buy in dollars or in shares. For beginners, I always pick dollars, so because it's easy, you just set the dollar amount that you want to spend, and it calculates how much shares that would come out to. And that leads us to step 5. After you've selected the amount of dollars you want to spend on these shares, you then have to choose the account you want to buy it into. So for this example, we'll typically be using a TFSA because I assume your TFSA is your starting point and you've not invested in any other account before now. But if you have multiple accounts like a TFSA, RRSP, FHSA, or even a non-registered account, when you click on this select account option, it will pull up all the accounts you have, as well as the cash balances you have in each of these accounts. From there, you can select which account you want to buy this ETF into. And when you've selected the account you want to use, it then takes us to the final step, which is where you get to review and confirm your transaction summary. Once you're comfortable with whatever is on the screen, you're comfortable with the amount you're spending, you're comfortable that you're buying it into the right account and with the right amount of money that you want to spend, you click confirm, and your order gets submitted. That is it. It took pretty much, 45 seconds or a minute to do this entire process. Easy peasy. So now that you've got your first ETF, you've actually done the hardest part. Now, let me save you from 3 mistakes that I see most beginners make every single time, and something that I've also learned in the past, because I've also made some of these mistakes I'm going to tell you about. Now, mistake number 1 is waiting for the perfect time to buy. And the truth is, Nobody can time the market. Like, there's literally nobody can tell you the best time to buy, because it's pointless. The market moves in cycles. Some days are up, some days are down. But if you're investing for the long haul, let's say you're investing for like a 10, 20, 30 year period, the best time to start is today and keep invested for the long haul. Now, the second mistake that I see a lot of people making is they buy a stock because they think it's cheap. They think because the price is low, the stock is guaranteed to skyrocket in the future. It doesn't always work that way, so don't make that mistake. The fact that you see a stock that is selling at $2, it doesn't mean that tomorrow that stock is going to sell for $20. That stock might be going from $2 to zero. It happens quite a lot. So don't let the price tag of a stock deceive you. There are some other stocks that are selling for $100 that are actually of better value, because from that $100, they can grow to maybe 105, 110, but you have to do your research and know what you're buying exactly. And this is why I made the video about IPOs. You can watch that video here. The link is just right above my head. So don't fall for the hype. Don't let the hype make you lose money. Now, the third mistake is a very common one because it happens out of good intentions. Most people want to invest, but they're investing the wrong kind of money. You're investing money that you're going to use in like 6 months to a year, but by that time, your money has not grown significantly. So if you're investing, it has to be money that you are comfortably investing for over a year, money that you're comfortably leaving for 3 to 5 years for it to grow and get you good returns. Don't invest money that you need in a month. Don't invest money you're going to need in 2 months or in 6 months. All right. Now, there we have it. You just learned how to buy your first stock or your first ETF on Wealthsimple. Very simple, very easy. If you found this helpful, subscribe to my channel, tell somebody about me, and make sure you watch my next video where I'll be talking about dollar cost averaging, and I'll tell you what that means and how that can help your investing strategy. All right, let me know if you found this very helpful. Drop a comment, drop a like, tell somebody about my channel, like I said, and I'll see you on the next one.